And we're back into things. A fresh start on Inferno, and it's a fresh start that Brazen desperately need, but it's a start. They're going to have to start on quickly. How many times can I say start at the start of this starting game? Let's get started, John.
Yeah, oh, that's 7, I think. All right. Let's.
You know, that word's starting to grate on me.
Let's get going then.
There we go.
Slaw is going to get going
RZU.
right into the crosshair of RZU there. So 5v4 in favor of Brazen, who did have a good start to their previous pistol round, but that did not yield much. Did Grape spot them, get through there?
I'm not sure. And here's the thing, Stan had some of the utility as well, so that's a lot of utility actually burned on that peak from RZU. It's a huge impact play. They are going to float back towards A, but it's a pretty good 3-2 setup right now. 2-1-2 if you want to call Frankie the mid player, the rotator. But now he's the dead player, so it won't matter what you want to call his position. It's pressure towards the pit. They're kind of just ignoring that. Rush, my goodness,
Rush
under a hail of bullets, not a bullet of those connected. So that is really unfortunate turn of events here for Brazen. It means the site's going to be down. The bomb's going to be planted, and this retake is going to be a nightmare.
That was such a good start for Brazen. I don't know how Rush survives that onslaught of bullets, but eventually not only survives it, but he flicks around and gets the insta headshot afterwards. And you see Polo along with RZU just saving, I guess. Want to keep the armor in the kit. It's respectable. Don't want to lose whatever slight amount of money they invested into this pistol round, but Evil Genius has come back and get that first round.
Bomb go boom. Bomb go boom! Walko hunting. He's got nothing to save, so he just wants a little extra click. But obviously you don't want to give a kill away unnecessarily, so he's not just straight flying into the angles. But the nice start for the evilest of geniuses. Investment's going to come through here for Brazen. Seems like we're going to force buy up around this little putrid bit of saved weaponry. RZU will keep some extra cash to get towards the op sooner rather than later. Do have 5 smokes, so maybe if this is a slower play from Evil Geniuses and they hold onto the smokes, Brazen can stall it out. That's what they're hoping for, certainly. Frankie catches an HE. Ouch. So Frankie bails. The lesser-known cousin of Frankie Vales.
Well, here comes EG, Mike. They're going to go into the apartments. 3 players decide to fall off now. I mean, Brazen just have the deals, but we saw what they could do with that on Mirage when they got that 5th round. Ended up being their last round. They won on the map, but still, it was a nice play from Grape to get the 3K. So Evil Genius has given them a lot of respect as a result, and they still have not taken rack despite the many forays into that territory. Now EG.WIZ is going to find the opener towards Banana. That will force Dangerous back along with his flurry of flashbangs. He decides to toss a smoke. He's just trying to get away here. He can't. Stan takes him down. Ours gets 1 and Stan gets a 2nd. Evil Geniuses should be able to take this.
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel alright about their odds.
Yeah.
I feel okay about it. Especially since Brazen is not even going to attempt to do it.
Yeah.
Just an insurance molly thrown there from Walko. And absolutely sure there's no one in there. Or maybe he just likes burning down churches. Walko, an arsonist? Question mark?
What?
Just saying.
Hopefully not.
I'm just saying. Evidence is making me a little sus. A little bit. I think he actually just threw that Molotov because he hasn't had to do anything yet. Come on, guys. Let me do something.
Just feeling antsy.
Just planting the bomb here. Chilling. Oh, in this round, he does do something. It's die. But they are still going to win the round, and it's obviously not even remotely a concern for them.
Yeah, I mean, Brazen didn't even get the gun. It was just, hey, $300 more. Thank you. And that will be it for Brazen in the round. They did invest pretty heavily into it with the Deagles purchased up on the force buys. So now they will be on an eco, but did save a couple of Deagles. Bought another one here. 3 pieces of util. Who knows what can happen. Evil Geniuses, though, still have not been challenged too much aside from a little bit of trouble that they had in that opening pistol round. Great. Dane. And 1 more here on Brazen are going to be towards the B site. The other 2 at A. RZU peeking around from to mid, trying to pop ahead here with that Deagle. In the meantime, though, Brazen have a nice setup over at the top of Banana. So perhaps they'll be able to get a player here, overload a second. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out should Evil Geniuses choose to go in the direction of B. But as of right now, it's kind of a default. They're just kind of waiting across the entire map.
Cheeky boost up there. Great. We'll connect the shot. Stanislaw realized what was going on, but a little bit too late. And so he actually does get overwhelmed. Just a MAC 10 loss for now. What's interesting here is that Brazen are trying to preemptively rotate, figuring that having seen at least 2 players towards B, Evil Geniuses might be coaxed in towards A. The Evil Geniuses say, well, we know where those 2 players are. Let's go kill them. And now, well, they're coming into the soft side, so this is going to be a real tough one. Brazen basically had to try a gamble somewhere. Yeah. They went for the boost up over the smoke. Now they go for gamble play, and unfortunately, they picked the wrong site. So can Grape do something? Let's find out. On the first shot, and he will not get another opportunity. So the 1 kill is it for Grape, and this is now going to be a very tough situation to get back into if you're over on that Brazen side.
And they won't get back into it. Yeah, it's over. I mean, look, I like the idea to go for the quick rotation, given they only had pistols left and trying to fight their way back in immediately, but there's just nothing they can do. Exactly.
Well, it's a coin flip. It's always going to be.
Yeah,
it's just sometimes what you got to get done in these lesser rounds and these weaker buys. But speaking of not weaker buys, we got everything over here for Brazen. We got the op, we got the rifles, we got that util on point. See how they're going to utilize it.
Rundu's coming through here, and RZU misses the shot. Peeking might be a mistake, and he misses again. So now he's going to fall back. No third peek on the horizon, at least not yet, as Evil Geniuses have managed to dodge a bullet, and 2 in fact, really, in order to make their way up towards mid. 3 players stacked up at the bottom of Banana. In fact, there's Rush and Chop already into the apartments. A lot of map will gain here for EG towards the A side, and they might get more.
I mean, if they go out of the peak on Boiler, they're going to detect no presence at some point. They got to kind of get a little bit lighter on the A site. RZU's getting aggressive back into this. Timing work out beautifully for him. Stan wants to stick around, wants to have this fight. RZU is going to be very willing to bring it to him. So there you go. Nicely done from RZU, the heavy presence. The question is, does EG go through this smoke and takes as the smoke fades? They will start.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the bomb back down. RZU is rotated around. He takes down Wiz. 5v2 in favor of Brazen as bomb is recovered. It's on Chalk. The thing is, 32 seconds, 5 Brazen players still left, and it's just fallen by the wayside. Some moving from RZU, peeking around her, and then reaggresses to as well. That was the killing blow, because Stanislaw would have needed to rotate around. He needed to be that player to run and grab the bomb to help support the A take. Instead, they have to send Chop back. Only 2 players isolated at A, and in the end, more than likely here.
Yep, to see if he can't get an extra kill, knowing that, you know, doing sort of damage to the economy would be good. But that's not going to happen, so they'll be content with what they got, taking a little longer game here. Brazen on the board. Nice little timely push from RZU. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? There's not even really on it. He just catches them on the timing. And that works. Same perspective I am. Okay, gotcha. Going to catch himself a shot. Who was the dynamic force? Might get a play through mid here. A little bit spicy. And we're back into it. Thanks for bearing with us there, folks. Just minor technical difficulties needed to be sorted out, but it's all good here. Knock on wood. I don't know if my mic picked that up, but I am knocking as hard as I can. You know where knocking on wood came as a superstition?
No, I don't.
It was to prevent the devil from hearing what you were saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Classic. Rush is down, done, and dusted. The op striking early here for RZU, and that's more of what Brazen need. Reminder that one round win came on an early two-piece for that AWP, so RZU getting activated early is a good sign here for Brazen.
Evil Geniuses. Still going to take that space up banana, which is kind of, B-side's a little bit light here in terms of firepower. It's just dangerous. Will be reinforced by Polo now, so that makes things a little bit better. Smoke primed and ready to be thrown as well by Dane, as soon as he spots out anyone from the Evil Geniuses side. But they've given up full control of top banana to EG, so they'll only get visibility once EG actually starts to go for their execute, assuming it'll be here, and it looks like that'll be the case with less than 50 seconds left.
Smoke out preemptive. Maybe a touch early, but they don't want to get overwhelmed here, and it does seem like the overwhelm is about to come on in. So here comes the util. Molotov's still available. They're going to start sailing on in. They're trying to make us uncomfortable. Eva Genius push comes to shove here. Only 20 seconds. Not a lot of time to spare. Dangerous back by Nubox. Critical position here. The spam over, but Dane's going to be able to get one. That's important here. They're watching for him, but the bomb does get planted, but it's just barely up. Now, this is an overwhelm. Clean round for Brazen. Despite allowing the bomb plant, not a player does drop, and that is very unusual that you actually keep all 5 alive with the bomb going down.
Yeah. Brazen managing to do it, though, and they find their second. Now, let's hope for perhaps one of the first times here tonight in this BO3 that Brazen can win a couple in a row and get some momentum going in their direction. Evil Geniuses have built up enough bank, though, to get the full-on buy-up again here. It's going to be 4 AKs and the op once everyone's finished buying up. And over on the Brazen side, they're going to have the op, the 3 AKs, which is very potent on the defensive end, and the A1S for Gray. EG.WIZ is going to toss this Molotov immediately towards the top of banana. He's trying to get an aggressive push going, but he's going to stand in this Molotov perhaps a little bit too long. No, he evades it, only gets ticked for a little bit of damage, and now it's a nade, I believe, Mike? Three players eating a nade. Wow.
That was a big old chonker is the technical term for what that HE was.
Chonky nade.
Big chunky boy. Let's see what they're going to be able to do. Chop still working as a lurker here towards the apartments with a minute 20 on the clock. Evil Genius having established top banana control may try and work the other side of the map. That's exactly what they're going to do. They'll leave Walko. They'll go see what they can get towards the divider. But it's ours they'll have to come up against, and it's been the one major thorn in their side. Chop forced out by a Molotov. Frankie coming for a mid-peak, not finding anything just yet. Oh, nearly got caught in the timing there. Frankie, lucky to get away with his life, perhaps. The preemptively rotated. This is now a little bit weird. Frankie's dropped. A kill found here for EG. If they just barrel in towards A,
no.
It's only Grape as the pit defender. RZU is very quick to give up this arch side, and they're going to have full control. RZU's trying to come back in, clear banana. He's going to be able to succeed, but now that they know the op's here, do they still try and go in? They do? Nope. There's the call. There's the call.
Like,
hey, the op is there, so there's like 1A probably.
Yeah. They still aren't necessarily committed to the A site. No, they have to be. 17 seconds left. They're going A. Grape is the only one that can stand in their way, and with so little time left, he might be able to do all the damage. There's none. Thought he was going to get one, but no. Chop takes him down, and that's probably the round. What a way for it to be lost by Brazen.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, right? RZU likes to move around the map, likes to float around, but getting that one kill, the problem is him being there, him being the one who gets the kill basically confirms to them that they've got a lot of room to rumble over and towards A, and from that point on, just a bit disastrous. So nice read from Evil Geniuses. You saw them almost make the wrong choice, hesitate, realize what it meant, interpret the information, and adjust.
Just curious what really led to Brazen stacking so heavily towards the B site. Perhaps Walko was doing work with util. I'm not sure.
Let's be real, from having watched this team for a while and having watched RZU for a little while, I think RZU just let them get picked there. I don't know what the comms are like internally, but I do know that from watching RZU's style, it's very hit or miss. Sometimes it looks phenomenal. Sometimes it looks a little bit off. But for the most part, it seems like he tends to make reads and moves as an individual, which can work brilliantly. I mean, he can absolutely deliver them rounds, but it does sometimes lead to situations where his teammates kind of get left alone in setups.
And definitely that was the case there, as Grape completely isolated, ends up going down for free, and EG take the round. So Brazen unable to string two together. The thing is, at least they save 3 rifles. They're going to have a proper buy-up again here. Hoping for a little more success into this round. Polo's got the HE ready to be thrown and just waiting for the opportunity. There are the double HEs tossed down to the bottom of Banana. The thing is, no one is there on the Evil Genius's side, so the nades go by the wayside and don't do any damage at all. Chop has managed to make his way into the apartments, and he's spraying the AK down. Just wants to make some noise here. Perhaps give Brazen something to think about, as Walco again is lurking towards the Banana side. He does have support right now and eventually will fall back.
Feels like the longest we've had all 10 alive.
Yeah.
A long time. Very methodical round. No aggression coming through from Brazen. RZU sticking to his spot, though. As I say that, he starts to float and adjust. And they've lost a player in apartments. That's got to bring RZU back around. Frankie will work his way in towards the side. RZU getting in the library, but they're down to this hit. They're past the op. Frankie, that's a nice strike. He's looking for another. Molotov comes out. Frankie out of bullets, otherwise he might have had that kill. That's a big missed opportunity, but they still haven't dealt with Frankie in towards the side. They don't have the util to do it. Frankie with his kill. He gets one more. Excellent play around on the platform, around on the site. Well, the bomb is probably going to transition to being planted. Never mind, RZU catches that. He's ahead of the smoke. They're not expecting it. Now they'll force it down. Not a lot of time here. And Wiz just gets it down to dirt to get that bomb money at the very least. Brazen will have a swift defuse.
Yeah, great recovery from Brazen, and the retake was phenomenal. RZU hits a critical shot with the op, but I think the player who deserves a lot of credit in that one is Frankie for the amount of damage he did and the 2 frags he gets in a very tough spot before he actually goes down. He had Chop and I think Stan as well down to 20 HP. Finished off Stan, but afterwards it was just Chop with that 20 HP that was left of the victims that he engaged with. So well done for him. It's the second time he stood out in a critical round for Brazen. We'll see if that continues to happen here, as the Evil Geniuses will come through with the 4 AKs and the op once more. Wiz looking for that early peek towards Banana, and he's going to get it. Polo goes down.
Poor Polo. Not even sure if he was sticking through that smoke, but apparently Wiz thought so. Collects. I think that was just a matter of seeing the smoke and knowing what kind of a peek that enables, and just preempting it. So nice awareness from Wiz there. Nice early pick from EG. And Brazen on the back foot early in a round. Continuing the trend of having some difficulty putting rounds together, perhaps. We'll see. Top Banana control is going to be taken. This 3 stack over on the arch side still hasn't been moved on from. So Brazen are very committed in their initial setup, and maybe it's a good read. We have seen from EG, they establish some presence towards Banana, they take the space, and then they go back A. If that's the case this time, well, that smoke better go down. Spam into it would be dangerous. Molotov's here. A lot of utility galore. RZU trying to get out of it. Smoke to allow them to reaggress, but meanwhile, players are just moving up the arch side, and there is no one to meet them there. Got to be careful on these smoke fades, especially because Wiz has the bomb. Oh, getting very nervous about Wiz being the one who has the bomb. He's been left behind, but, well, there's not going to be any other teammates for him to worry about, and Wiz is, well, very happy to collect these kills. One final parting shot for Dangerous, but realistically, he has to save, and I'm not even sure how he anticipates accomplishing that, because at this point, Walko's on the flank. He doesn't know Walko's on the flank, but Walko's on the flank. So as Dane tries to back away, Walko is going to be here to greet him. Yeah, there's just some noise on this. He might have heard this. He did.
Yeah, he did.
All right, bail, run. Run, Dane. The hounds are at your door. Run, Dane. Run for the hills.
It's still not going to be easy for Dane, even with him running to the hills here. He's going to be surrounded once more. The pincer attack is on for EG. They don't want Dane to save this A1S into the following round. And eventually, you have to imagine they're going to push up here. No. Dane perhaps being allowed to save here, and indeed he will be. Finds 2 frags in a very tough situation and manages to bring the A1S into this round. That makes the buy-up a lot more comfortable here for the Brazen side, and justifiable, of course. It'll be 4, make that 3 A1Ss, the op for RZU, and the FAMAS for Grape. So there you go. Guns saved through. Evil Geniuses are still winning the lion's shares of the rounds, though, with 7 on the board, looking to make it 8 now. And again, the problem continues for Brazen. They get 1 round and they cannot convert the follow-up. So they haven't been able to really put Evil Genius's economy in a tough spot for the entirety of this BO3.
I will say, at the very least, EG, without a bomb plan here, probably ecoing if they lose this round. But that's a big if. And at this point, EG have already secured 7, right? They don't need to do too much more. They would like to do more. 1 thin sheet of plywood. All that separates chop.
There's the stack again for lane, Mike.
There is, yeah. It's not quite the exact same look. A little bit more spacing to maybe prevent those Molotovs from being so effective. And Frankie's up top. But it's largely the same look. The idea here is RZU's first point of contact. And then as they swing in to try and deal with RZU, Frankie gets activated. But Util. Do it. The slow peek in. The op tipped them off. The trade is there, though. Nice peek from Chop. Now here comes the clear. 1 for 1 on these angles. Everybody's looking arch. They don't expect the third. And it's okay. Even exchanges mean this is now a 2v2, and the bomb will be planted long before the remaining Brazen players can get into position. Wiz will be posted up in the pit. The miniest of pits, to be specific. And now the biggest of pits. The pittiest of pits.
Ooh. I don't know if I want to be in that one.
You don't want to be in the pittiest of pits?
No.
Surrounded with pitties? They're so cute.
It depends on what type of pitties we're talking about.
Pitbulls.
Okay, that's fine. That's
they're
fine.
little love monsters sometimes. Other times they're little murder machines. You know, one of those 2 things. Wiz about to be overwhelmed. Whoa! Scope! Dangerous trying to bring the fight to him. He's got it, but he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. He's lost this round. Dangerous had to get on the defuse. And he doesn't do that, so that's going to be an 8th round for Evil Geniuses. Yes, the money might be all kinds of weird, but I don't think they really care. They just want to keep winning rounds.
What? Oh my goodness. Wiz misses the shot, then hits the no-scope afterwards. Unbelievable effort to keep that round in the hands of the Evil Geniuses. And pretty much, not pretty much, the identical scoreline as it was in that first half of Mirage. 8-3 in favor of Evil Geniuses after 11 rounds. And now they're looking to make it 9, and Brazen, they did manage to save the op. That's all they got out of that previous round, despite a fantastic effort. RZU, the opener again, this time onto Wiz. It's a gun drop, but it's so very far away, and it's out of the reach of the remaining Brazen players. RZU can get himself a follow-up here. He fires away a little bit preemptively, and now he's going to get tagged down to 59, trying to retreat as Grape is supporting said retreat. And still, the man advantage remains in the hands of Brazen.
Paying, well, I was going to say dividends. But it turns out that may have just been a banking error in your favor. And unlike in Monopoly, in real life, when the bank makes an error in your favor, they correct it.
Yes.
Pretty quickly. That only worked back in the days where the bank would just hand you money. They don't do that often anymore. Oh, nice shot for Grape, though. Picks up the AWP, finds Chop playing the pixel angle into apartment. He's going to find that. They'll be able to reclaim his gun as well. So now, this A-side defense is bolstered. Evil Geniuses have been playing slow, and... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Frankie's coming looking. Frankie's coming looking. Frankie's finding. They might know he's out of position, but they need to take this space on short if they're going to do so. Frankie ducking, dipping, diving, dodging, preemptively smoking, and he's got a lot of room to rumble. Here comes the hit. And this is just disastrous from EG. Way too patient. They give all the initiative over to Brazen, and well, it pays dividends. Double op picked up. 4th round on the board. Brazen get a new lease on life in this game.
Yeah, and they finally punished the economy of EG enough to force them onto an eco, but EG doesn't want an eco. They're forcing up into this round. Alrighty. It's going to be an AK somewhere in the mix. I'm not sure who's going to pick that one up at the end of the day. It looks like it's going to be Chop and everyone else onto pistols. Only Rush has money left in the bank, aside from Wiz and Chop at 100 and 150 apiece, but that's not too much to speak of. RZU's going to toss that utility in towards mid, flashes at his teammate. Frankie waiting at bottom of Banana, sprays down Walco, can't finish him off. And we'll toss a parting nade as he fades away back to the bomb site. Dane, in the meantime, is going to hang around at the half wall, jumping over it for information. EG are eventually going to make their way up Banana, and look at Brazen. They're not really positioned for a B hit. It's in fact only Dangerous. Oh no, Dane could get overloaded here. There's one, but only one. The trade comes through, and this will be a plant, more than likely, unless Brazen tries to get aggressive, and they will. Here comes the flower pot. Is it being watched? It is not, but now they're going to spam on through. EG just wants to get this bomb planted, and they will.
They will indeed. Utility gives them a little bit of cover as well to do so. Now any bit of damage they can find in the post is a nice little bonus, but they want to win this round. They don't just want the bomb planted. They want the dub. There's no more damaging utility from the CT side, so they can't just dig Rush out of this position without risk. And Stanislaw and Rush are going to try and play off of each other. Chop maybe remaining as the insurance boss here, tucked into the dart. Here's the clear, and it's not going to be very effective. Rush does get one, but that'll be it. That'll be it. You needed one of the pieces, either the dark corner or the pool position to hit. That just did not come through, so Brazen find a fifth. This is their first back-to-back round, I think, of the half.
I think of the series.
Whoa. That's heavy. But it is going to be a fifth found. I mean, Brazen are putting together a CT side here. They would love to get one of these last two rounds. They would love to get both of them, is the real talk. Let's see what they can do. EG shouldn't have much showing into this one. They're just going to try and get a ninth in the last. Minimal investment here.
I think they had back-to-back rounds in Pistol. No, off the 4-spy after losing Pistol on Mirage. So that's the only other time.
Yeah, they did. It was 2-1.
Yep, that's right. So it was only one other time. Well, Evil Genius is finally going on an eco, deciding not to force up. Tech 9, 3 Glocks, and a P250. A little bit of util as well, a couple of flashbangs. They're going to use said util to push up aggressively here and towards Moto. Ours is very exposed, manages to get one and fade off with a Molotov thrown at the ground, but I think EG might decide to pincer into the B side, given the position they have right now, and they are indeed going to do that. Player, that's Stanislaw at the bottom of Banana. He's going to look to make some noise.
Look at this, John. The A players are aggressing short and doing it so slowly. That's a huge kill for Dangerous. He went forward. He recognized they needed a little bit of cover here. Now they can just defend the players in CT. And here the hit comes through. They're in towards the church. Polo looking for this first contact. He's found it. Oh, and the shots are good. The shots are on. There wasn't much firepower in this round, but that's very nicely played from Brazen to avoid giving up any casualties, to avoid making it a dangerous situation. Now we're heading to the last round. Brazen's got as good of a buy as they could possibly get, and let's see if they can crack this to just a one-round lead.
EG calling their first time out of the series here. Still 8 rounds T-side is very good on Inferno. Can't be disappointed with that. At least Brazen finding a foothold of some kind here on Inferno. 2 A1Ss, the AK, and the double op will be rocking and rolling for another round. Polo and RZU with those in their hands. So here we go, 15th round of this first half, Mike, and it looks like Brazen are going to send 3 players towards lane once more, but a little bit of a different setup. RZU and Grape can be pushing up into the apartments. The op going on the aggressive here. They want first contact with the big green. Frankie going to actually get one onto Rush right after RZU drops Chop, so everything's going fantastically for Brazen so far, and even better as Frankie gets Stanislaw spraying through the smoke to try and find another frag, but it's already a 5v2 for Brazen.
Walco and Wiz creeping along. Gonna try and make something out of this one. The W's of the team looking for a W in this round. The chances are slim and far between. Chances are not looking grand for these two gamers. And look at the setup here for Brazen. 3 players in towards brackets. 1 more is an insurance policy back in the graveyard. They are beautifully set up for this one. And RZU's even going to hit a wicked no-scope. I thought he was a dead man there, but instead it will be all the casualties over on the EG side to send us to the half.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Okay, a slim lead for the Evil Geniuses. They were off to a very hot start, but it seems like Brazen managed to put the brakes on and make this something of a map. Now they've got to try and get it done on the T side, and this is where the real challenge starts. Certainly something they struggled with over on Miragi. Let's see what they can do here. The individuals started to step up in a big way. RZU starting to deliver here. Frankie as well. And Dangerous getting into the action. But they need a whole lot more of that.
Yep. They do indeed. A Stanislaw is going to be waiting here with an incendiary. The thing is, he's by himself. So EG gambled that the B site would be the hit for Brazen. But yeah, Chop.
Chop's on a walkabout. Chop's on an adventure. Or are they looking his way? Is anyone looking his way? Chop's coming around the corner. They want to come back this way, but there's... Oh, God. Chop has to bail. He knows it. Does he get around the corner? He does, just about. A little bit of damage taken for it, but he got a kill. He put them on notice, and he bails out. He gets so much information, and he buys so much time as well. That's really nicely done. Now the double aggression's going up short. This is really interesting. Timing going to be rough there for Stan. But actually, it works out beautifully. RZU. For RZU instead. Rush just gets back around the corner. Rush. They did. They did indeed. They overwhelm him. So this actually winds up working nicely for Brazen. EG not quite able to get out of their aggressive posture, but all right, that nade right in the lap of Grape. Goodbye, Grape. Someone else is going to have to plant that bomb. In the meantime, the CTs are here, so they're going to be coming through while they're still occupied with that bomb plant. Kills need to come in. They need to deal with the graveyard play. They can do such thing. Polo, huge play from his position to secure a pistol round for Brazen.
Polo channeling some of that Chop energy, I guess. Chop opened up things the way he did on that pistol round on T side on Mirage, but here he gets cut down to only one as Polo is the one with the Glock magic and ties things up for Brazen. It looks so good for EG, especially once the nade connects. They make it a 3v2, but it just goes to show you how difficult that A site can be to retake, especially because of that graveyard position where you can really tuck yourself in and do a lot of damage. Jumping into round number 17 here of the map. It looks like Evil Geniuses are going to gamble stack the A site, which they have to because they've only invested a flashbang and a Zeus into this round. Is Rush up close with that Zeus in a position to actually get a frag? It looks like he is, yeah.
Kind of. Not really.
Sort of.
If he hears them in Boiler, he's probably going to try and Zeus him. Lack of commitment here to the Zeus bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
like...
what they don't lack commitment to is the A site.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Evil Geniuses, that is the wrong site. So, clean round for Brazen looking like?
Looking like it so far. They're being very methodical, though, and don't want to take any chances, as you can understand. Against a team like EG, you just never know. Polo's going to get one, a second, perhaps a third. Finally goes down, but he did do a decent amount of damage. The Galil will be recovered, but it won't do any damage. Wiz does manage to find himself one, and that's probably the only frag of the round. It is! There you go. Brazen are in the lead.
I like the futile attempt at the Zeus there.
Yeah.
Rough. Rough for Mr. Rush. I mean, this is looking good now. Brazen sliding to the lead, starting to look quite ferocious on it as well. EG are going to have the guns up. There's going to be no AWP, so Wiz may be a little bit limited here. They were looking like they were going to float 3 over towards B initially, but this is going to go back into a more traditional 2-1-2 default. Bit of a vanilla look. Maybe some apartments control seems to be the answer here. No, it's the ROP spot. Wiz up on ROPs. And Rush playing under the apartments. Under the porch. That's what I meant. Those are the words.
Yeah.
It is kind of under the apartments. Shot first contact. Oh, Wiz, you got to get out of here. Never mind, apparently. Wiz just goes further into the fray, and that works out beautifully. Clotheslines, too. They didn't expect him to reaggress with good measure. It's kind of an insane play, and it worked out beautifully. The typical opper. RZU trying to make his way on in, even if he finds contact on the Wiz, as he will. The Graveyard player should probably have the execution, and indeed they do. Nicely done there from Evil Geniuses. Great round out from Wiz, and that's EG to tie things up.
I like how Stan just throws the decoy at the end of the round for good measure.
Doesn't want it in the next.
Yeah, got to get rid of that one. You don't want that in your on your util belt. A flashbang is far better, or a nade, or anything else pretty much. As Evil Geniuses tie things up once more. A risky play from Wiz, but man, does it pay dividends because he hangs around long enough to get the 2K and really tilt the round into the Evil Geniuses' favor. Rush waiting around top mid. He will peek. Brazen have already gone out of his view, at least for the time being. You see the bomb carrier. That is RZU going back and forth towards mid, and Dangerous doing the same thing, but neither hanging around too long because they know that it is a very risky endeavor. Evil Geniuses still fighting the util battle here at Banana. There's the incendiary that comes through. That will put Brazen in a tough spot, forces the smoke to come out, and that will give information to EG that there is some presence here.
They certainly do know that now. Any more HEs? Oh, there's some. Wrong spot. Going for the log. Ooh, Walker gets a freebie and he's out of there. He's gone. A little bit of util spent for it, but it's going to be pressure on towards A. That's the big issue. And you can see Stanislaw is already trying to rotate to support this. Bomb's not here quick, but that kill on the rush, that puts him on notice. Where is Wiz? Is he on the bounce or is he in the pit?
I'm not sure.
Stan survives. That's a big bit of survival here. RZU and Spawn's about to get caught. Oh, no.
No.
Ooh, that's a big blunder for Walco. That opens up the possibility this round in a big way. And, well, they're actually trying to rotate in towards B. They want to pinch this. And look at it's likely only Chop remaining. And the Chop's in a really tough spot. He'll go forward to fight Banana, which is a good read. Oh, no. These players might get caught on the way up. That's a little awkward for Stanislaw. Time is short. This kill with Chop, that might have just won them the round. RZU can't do anything about it. He doesn't have enough ball.
Ooh, that was a weird one.
I mean, this was more back and forth than a yo-yo.
Yeah. I mean, you thought Brazen might be able to capitalize after Walco completely whiffs on a free frag onto RZU. But then the time runs out. They actually probably should have just gone to the A side at that point because of how much time they had left on the clock. Rotating to B was a little bit risky, and they don't do it quickly enough. By the time they get there, there's only 14 seconds or so left on the clock, and Stanislaw is able to get not one, but both frags. And after that, the round is done. So EG hang on, just barely. Getting a 10th for themselves, and it does hurt the economy of Brazen significantly. At least RZU carries the AK on forward, but he doesn't get the loss bonus, so his economy's in a bit of a tough spot. The rest of the team, mostly on a save. Brazen, that's Frankie, buying up the Tech 9. Oh, nice shot from RZU to open things up, Mike, and he's going to drop a gun for his teammates.
That's nicely found. I mean, they do get a trade off of Rush, right? They do collect a player. How is Rush alive? How is he still alive?
What?
How does he survive that angle? He should have been dead 10 ways to Sunday, but as it is, RZU with 9 points of health is going to have to try and bring back this round. What on earth was that?
I don't
Rush
know.
dancing the bullets, dipping, diving, dodging, Pogo sticking his way around, somehow limping through just in time for Wiz to come in. I didn't think he get the last kill for good measure. What a madman pushing with 1 HP.
Wow. I mean, I have no idea how Rush survived that. He must have been hit at least 6 times, I think. The bullets kept connecting on him, but they were leg shots or arm shots and not enough damage to take him down. And there was so much attention focused on him as a result that Brazen didn't realize there's more than one player left alive. You gotta focus on the other angles, and eventually Wiz pitched in. I think it was Chop as well, or Stan. Either way, Evil Geniuses take the round thanks to Rush just being a punching bag of bullets. Yeah, and a lunatic too.
For surviving there, speaking of lunatic play, Stanislaw has been yeeting himself into these aggressive angles. He is going to die there once more, but this time RZU comes along for the ride to the grave. So considering it was just the SMG, it's not a bad return on investment. Dangerous going to play a smoke fade here. This could get interesting. This could get interesting. Smoke over top. Catches the flash, and that is the clear. Nicely done here. Good execution from Brazen. Big position to find. Preemptive moto smoke, but that just means they're going to go through spawn. They've tried this a few times. This time it's just Walco on his lonesome, and he's got a single flashbang. His smoke is already deployed. As Rush finds the vision towards Divider and realizes that no one's here, he is going to calm that this is the angle, and Walco's going to preemptively try and get some kills. Spots the next, I think.
Yeah.
How's that information? It's pressure on in the site, but if Walco can do anything more here, this is huge. Damage done, but no kill. Still, I think that's going to coax his teammates into the retake. HE time.
Yeah, Wiz has that nade. Maybe can do something with it, Rush. Yeah, they're committed to this retake. They're going to try for it. The money is in a pretty tough spot for everyone except for Rush and Walco, but why not? Let's see if that nade can connect for a frag. If it does, that will make things a lot easier for the Evil Geniuses on this retake. Rush, along with Wiz, moving up. There's the nade. Will it get a frag? No, falls short of it. That means that they are going to pull out here and go for the save. It will be double digits found for Brazen.
Does Post will die to this? Do bomb distance.
No, they'll be okay.
You sure?
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Whoa. Close.
Full confidence.
New bomb is merciless, dude.
I know.
New
But he
bomb
was
does
far
not
enough.
mess around. Investment back in from both sides. So this is a huge swing round. Does Evil Genius hold on to their lead? Or does Brazen break their eco? Crack on through. This is a big one. Stand just on the 5-7. But to be fair, it has not been his firepower propelling them forward.
No. They're relying on him more for the big brain. Let everyone else do the heavy lifting. Nade gonna get tossed on forward here. Grape and Polo getting to taking down a little bit. Grape actually eats another nade, goes down to around half health. But he's going to continue venturing on forward, and Brazen have already gained control of the apartments. They might try to pop out here early with the position they've gained, and indeed they are. There, the smokes and the flash is coming through. Rush gets the opening frag onto Frankie. Stanislaus still hugging the corner here in mini pit as Brazen are pushing on forward, but they're walking to the crosshairs. They're going down. 1, 2, 3. A fourth one falls to Rush, and that's the bomb. Only RZU left with 2 HP. You have to imagine he is going to be dead to rights eventually. And there it is. Rush finds him with the pistol, and EG wins the round.
Nice little bit of play from Rush. Just jump over him. When in doubt, he's trying to hunt you down in the corner. Just go up and over. He had the high ground. No lightsaber needed. Evil Geniuses now just 4 rounds away from closing this out, and that might, without a bomb plant, mean that Brazen have to let this one slip. Limited weaponry on it. Only 2 sets of armor. Not a nade of util. Not a single flashbang. Honestly, would have liked to see Danes get a flash just to set something up. It's got some spare capital, but as is, they're going to try and dry run this and make the absolute best round they can in the next. Understandable.
Yeah. Actually taking their time. Stalling a little bit towards mid. Grape already ate a nade. Literally hit his mouth. Takes him down to 17 HP. Stanislaw is going to get one here on the Grape. Likely gets overloaded. He does, but the reinforcements are here. There's so much presence here on this A site from Evil Genius that they shouldn't have much problem dealing with the rest of the bodies. And hey, look, at least RZU's punishing the economy there with the A1S frag and within reach for Brazen, I would say, in this round.
Yeah, this is definitely not a foregone conclusion just yet. Someone's got to rotate back. Walco recognizes it. Oh, yeah. There are 2 sites. What's RZU going to do here? He's solo and has the bomb. Okay. He's going to die, and now the round's over.
Huh.
It was a really weird decision. I don't know why you wouldn't double play in this situation. I guess they were trying to pinch in towards B, but the problem is, as we saw, if the bomb goes down, the other guy just doesn't matter.
Should have stuck together, honestly.
A little bit of an odd decision, but that's okay. It was a low percentage round anyway. A bomb plant would have been a really nice find, but they're going to be able to buy regardless here. So they're straight into it. This now becomes the critical round. You can't quite completely crack the Evil Genius's eco, but they did take enough damage in that round that they don't really have a buy in store. And, well, if you find one here, we might be going the full 30.
Possibly. Possibly. RZU is going to be pushing up towards Banana here. He could catch off Walco, and he misses the opportunity. I think the Molotov was burning away at him and just moved his crosshair a little bit. Either way, the first 2 frags go the way of the Evil Geniuses. One is traded out, but it's a man advantage for EG as a result, as Grape is still trying to find this space up Banana.
Player tucked in. Got a molly for it. The question is, do they check? Problem is, Rush is on the angle, right? So,
yep.
You can't just check this for free. Rush is going to find contact stand, presumably getting activated here. Will find himself a kill and a second as well. And with that bomb having been recovered, with Grape being massively out of position, you got to imagine this is again a situation where just not much is happening.
Yeah, should be okay. Evil Geniuses likely a 14th. Can't forget, though, it took them overtime in their previous match on Inferno against Mythic to get victory here on Inferno. 19-15. Said Inferno twice. Love Inferno.
This one's not looking like it might be the same thing. Great burns. Roast grapes. Apply heat to a grape. Is that just a raisin? I guess roasting is different from drying.
Yeah, it is. Not sure I'm too much of a fan of roasted grapes.
No?
No. I like a nice crispy fresh grape.
I feel like in a stuffing or something. It's like raisins, right?
Yeah, it's usually raisins, though. It's not the same.
I feel like it could be good, though.
Raisins definitely good in a stuffing. But a roasted grape, that depends. I can't say I've had it too often, so perhaps it is really tasty. but I just prefer grapes in their natural form.
John is a grape purist.
Yes.
You a green or a red grape kind of guy?
Green.
Man of culture.
Yes. No hesitation.
That's the correct answer. Without a doubt. I just like a little tartness in most of my fruit, you know? A little bite.
Heck yeah.
Well, now the grape talk is over. Because grape is down to 37 points of health early on. Grapes full of shrapnel, not nearly as tasty. Fun fact. 3 grape facts. The second might surprise you. Walco might be about to get very surprised here. Flashbang's about to come over. Timing going to be everything here. Ooh, piece of the setup. Yeah, I don't know about putting the gun away there. He gets away. He lives. Molotov's down. Now smokes are coming in. They're trying to activate early. The rotation is on.
Molly.
Walco has burned, but Chop's already got the poke back in. They're trying to wrap. Oh, Chop is so wise to it. He's so dang good. The sentinel of this site. He's just dismantling them one after another, knocking them down, knocking them off of their pedestals. And Chop is now on for the ace. Gotta let him hunt. Gotta let him hunt. Gotta let him try for this last, but no, Rush will snatch it away.
Oh. Well, another 4K for Chop. He had 2 coming into this. I believe that's his 3rd. But would have been his first ace of the season. Wiz is the only one with an ace on the squad here throughout ECL. 2 of them, in fact. Everyone else hasn't found the elusive 5K just yet in this season. Something they have found is a 15th round here. And they have 5 opportunities to close this one out. Interesting little stat here for you, Mike, though, before, well, this one might be over. RZU has played in 14 straight ECL seasons with at least 1 match played. That's a lot. Quite a streak.
Got bottled, forcing the smoke as a result of it. He's getting out of there, but that nade might be chunky. Not so much. What do we say for a nade that's not quite chunky, but still does some? Is it hunky?
Yeah, I guess hunky. I was trying to think of something better, but yeah, that sounds good to me.
Clunky. Clunky nade. Chop gets 1, Chop gets 2. Why not? The man who would be having an ace. His teammates went over eager. Last round. Gets himself a 2-piece here. Why not? 2 players in pit, many in deep, respectively. The question is, can geniuses overwhelm them? Frank's started taking quite a bit of damage. They're moving the bomb on towards the site. There's no vision for that. So maybe data and library, and Chop doesn't quite expect RZU to be on site, but the thing is, well, they know where both players are. Got them pretty well hemmed in. Big kill for Frankie. Alleviates some of the pressure. Doesn't allow Rush all the room in the world to operate. Rush with the nade. Rush with the nade. I'm gonna say if you could just get that in apps, that would have been huge. But Frankie's anticipated it and he's rotated already. That was
Rush.
that was rough mechanically, but it's okay. It's all fine. They know where Frankie's coming from. They gotta have the read, and at this point, I mean, they need to get on the bomb. Here's the defuse coming through. Frankie, though, can he even get past this pit player? He's got it, but not at the time. That's going to be the map. That's going to be the series. Evil geniuses are taking this all the way to the bank.
Oh, man. Great effort there from Brazen to get the 7 rounds in that first half, but they just fell short on their T side again. I just couldn't deal with the firepower, honestly, and whether it be Wiz or Rush or whoever was on the defensive end there standing in the way. Even Stanislaw at sometimes on the B side of Banana was able to shut down 2 players when it looked like Brazen would be able to get